This is what I expect to see when a major star returns home. Caitlyn Clark returned to Iowa yesterday for the first time since she walked away from professional basketball to join the Pretenders in the WNBA dump. And this is no exaggeration. It looked like the entire state of Iowa shut down.
Caitlyn Clark just sold out another WNBA preseason game. And no, this isn't deja vu. It's just her casually turning warm-ups into sold-out blockbusters. Atlanta Dream fans pulled up like Beyoncé was headlining. And somewhere, NBA teams are Googling, how to be Caitlyn Clark. It's preseason, folks, PRE season. And the arena still looked like Coachella with jump shots. So what's really fueling this madness? Is Caitlyn secretly a wizard or just the league's biggest cheat code? Let's break it down.
Caitlyn Clark pulling up from her signature logo record-breaking spot. Well, actually a few feet behind her logo signature record-breaking spot. Caitlyn Clark hit all the bells and whistles. Her homecoming, her return to Iowa was every bit the spectacle we all anticipated it to be. And Carver Hawkeye Arena, that place was jumping.
There she goes again, Caitlyn Clark, casually doing what Caitlyn Clark does best, breaking ankles, breaking records, and apparently breaking the entire WNBA attendance system in the process. Because why stop at dominating the game when you can also turn a preseason matchup into a full-blown arena-rocking, ticket reselling, history-making event?
The state of Iowa experienced something yesterday that they have never experienced before. Traffic. Crowds. Thousands and thousands of people were standing outside of the arena hours before the game even started.
Let's talk about it. The Indiana Fever played the Atlanta Dream in what was supposed to be a just get some reps in kind of preseason game. You know, the kind of game where half the players don't tie their shoelaces too tight, and the crowd usually consists of some interns, a few families, and maybe a lost bird who wandered in through the open roof. But then Caitlyn Clark happened. And boom, 17,575 people poured into State Farm Arena like it was Game 7 of the finals. Preseason. Let that marinate.
No ill feelings to the two young ladies that were calling the game, but God, it was terrible. It really was. The Fever 81-76, as you can expect, preseason game with limited minutes. The first thing I'm going to say is, if this would have been a regular season game, I believe Caitlyn Clark very much flirts with a triple-double in this game.
That's not a typo, not a drill, not a fever dream. Unless we're talking Indiana Fever, in which case, yes, it's a very literal fever dream come true. Because Caitlyn isn't just a player anymore, she's a movement. A ticket-selling, arena-packing, record-shattering hurricane with a ponytail and a Logo 3 jumper. And the WNBA better buckle up, because they are officially riding the Clark Comet whether they're ready or not.
And of course, they show Caitlyn Clark on the big screen, and of course, the volume turns up a little bit. Fans lining up, tailgating before the doors even open, like it was a damn football game, folks. Like it was a damn The Beatles were coming to town, Michael Jackson was coming to town, Michael Jordan was coming to town, the hottest thing since sliced bread coming to town, not only coming to town.
Meanwhile, let's take a quick peek at the vibes around the rest of the league. What's this? Angel Reese's preseason showing? Oh, well, that's cute. A solid crowd of 6,000-ish people in attendance. Not bad for a middle school pep rally. Unfortunately, when you've got Caitlyn Clark casually filling NBA-sized venues for warm-ups, the rest of the field starts to look like a neighborhood pickup game by comparison.
There were more people standing outside without tickets than people who used their complimentary tickets to see the immaculate return of Angel Reese at LSU on Friday night.
Don't get mad, get stats. Caitlyn's return to Iowa against the Brazilian national team? Absolute madness. Nearly 15,000 people screaming like it's the Beatles' first U.S. tour. Tickets averaging $670 a pop. That's right. People paid more to watch Caitlyn Clark in an exhibition game than some paid for their rent this month. Meanwhile, Angel Reese fans are over here trying to scalp tickets for the price of a Waffle House combo meal. And if you thought that was just a one-time novelty because of her Iowa roots, wrong. Clark's selling out games everywhere. Atlanta, Indiana, Iowa, it doesn't matter. Give her a ball in a court and boom, instant sellout. Someone get this woman a residency in Las Vegas already. Even the networks can't keep up. Her preseason game against Brazil pulled in an average of 1.3 million viewers and peaked at 1.6 million. Just for context, that's more people than the last season finale of some of your favorite shows. The WNBA's been begging for eyeballs for years. Caitlyn just handed them a golden goose and said, "You're welcome." And yet, somewhere in a quiet corner of the internet, someone is trying to make the case that Angel Reese is the real star. Yes, apparently averaging 6 rebounds and 4 forced turnovers in preseason garbage time now counts as iconic. Look, we all love confidence, but let's not mistake cardio for impact. Angel may be in the gym, but Caitlyn is in the stratosphere.
So, how many people do you think attend a WNBA game?
Dude, if Caitlyn Clark's there, it's sold out.
Okay.
An arena max is like 25,000 people.
Okay, and without Caitlyn Clark?
Maybe. I was going to say 10, but that seemed too high.
And this Saturday, it all goes down. Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. Clark versus Reese. It's the basketball version of David versus Goliath. Goliath, if David had already sold out the arena, inked a Nike deal and launched WNBA ratings into orbit. Angel, bless her heart, might be ready to hoop, but she's going to need more than vibes and rebound cherry-picking to steal this spotlight. Oh, and just to add a little spicy seasoning to the mix, Cardoso is now positioned perfectly in that Sky lineup to eat up those sweet, sweet putback points. Which means even Reese's low-hanging fruit might be getting plucked by someone else. So not only is she being outshined in the spotlight, now she's got competition for her favorite stat-padding snacks. Just tragic. Not just transforming games, she's redefining what's possible for the WNBA. She's proof that the women's game doesn't need to beg for attention. It just needs a flamethrower from the perimeter and a little swagger. That's what Clark brings every single night. Even WNBA execs, who've been sleepwalking through marketing plans since the early 2000s, are waking up in a cold sweat realizing that their entire promotional strategy now hinges on one 22-year-old with a cannon for a right arm. Ticket offices are probably working overtime just trying to answer the flood of calls from folks asking, is this the game Caitlyn Clark's playing in?
I'm going to tell you this right now. This is all about the Caitlyn Clark effect. I was down at Capital One Arena tonight. Her Indiana Fever taking on the Mystics. Before the game, I got a chance to chat with one of her many fans and Clark herself. You came last night.
Yeah.
You're a Mystics fan.
Yeah.
But I see the Indiana shirt. So what are we doing here?
I like Caitlyn Clark more.
You think it's a coincidence that arenas are suddenly moving their games to bigger venues only when Clark's on the schedule. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Clark isn't just boosting attendance. She's saving franchises from irrelevance in real time. At this rate, she might qualify for a WNBA commissioner bonus package by July. And if you think the preseason sellouts were wild, just wait for the regular season. Imagine her first official game stat line: 24 points, 8 assists, 3 logo threes, 1 fan proposal, and an entire arena collectively losing its mind. That's not a prediction. It's practically science. While some players are busy shooting commercials about their greatness, Caitlyn's over here turning exhibition games into electric, can't-miss events. The fans don't just watch her, they worship her. Kids paint her jersey number on their cheeks. Grown adults act like they just saw Jordan in '96. She's become a cultural event dressed in sneakers and a Fever jersey. So here we are. The WNBA is on the brink of something it's never seen before. Not just a superstar, but a seismic cultural force. Caitlyn Clark isn't just elevating the game, she's dragging the league, the marketing department, and the merch sales to the promised land. And the craziest part? She hasn't even played her first official game yet.
I just finished a live shot with a 10-year-old young lady named Jane who said, I went last night. I'm a Mystics fan, but she had an Indiana Fever shirt on today. And I said, why? She says, I just love Caitlyn Clark.
I try to take it in the best I can.
So light a candle, send a prayer, and prepare your Twitter hot takes. Because when Saturday hits, and the lights come on, and the ball tips off, it's not just the WNBA season beginning. It's the Caitlyn Clark era officially starting. And if the preseason was any preview, the rest of the league better lace up and hold on tight. And just like that, we're barreling full speed into the fever dream. Pun very much intended. That is the Caitlyn Clark WNBA takeover. While most rookies are quietly adjusting to life in the league, maybe Googling where the Gatorade is stored in the locker room or learning not to park in the head coach's spot, Caitlyn's already out here drawing bigger crowds than Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends. And the real games haven't even started yet. Let's be perfectly clear. The WNBA isn't just on the Clark train. They're clinging to the caboose like it's the last lifeboat on the Titanic. And you know what? Good. It's about time women's basketball had a moment like this. A true superstar who can hoop, sell out arenas, crash websites, and still have time to ruin someone's ankles with a crossover. Caitlyn Clark is a phenomenon. And don't let anyone hit you with the "it's just hype" narrative. You don't accidentally sell out NBA-sized arenas in multiple cities before your rookie season officially begins. That's not hype. That's history being written with every no-look dime and deep three from the logo.
She is a generational talent. She's a lifetime talent. She is once an athlete in women's basketball that we have never seen before. We have never seen anyone like Caitlyn Clark, and we probably won't see anyone like her for the next decade.
Meanwhile, you've got other rookies in the league sipping on humble juice. Players like Angel Reese, who despite the reality TV levels of drama that followed her from college, is finding out that WNBA hardwood is a very different beast. In preseason, Reese has been about as dominant as a mildly annoyed traffic cone. She's trying, she's hustling, but the scoreboard doesn't lie, and neither do those attendance numbers. Against the Lynx, she struggled. Against the Liberty? Same story. No jaw-dropping stat lines, no highlight reel dunks, just a whole lot of standing around under the rim watching Cardoso snatch every rebound like she's shopping for discounts on Black Friday. Let's face it, the Sky's post presence looks more like Cardoso's party, and Reese is just bringing the snacks. And now here comes the WNBA's version of the Super Bowl, Fever versus Sky. Caitlyn Clark versus Angel Reese. It's the matchup ESPN dreams of, the marketing department salivates over, and casual fans have already circled in their calendars with a glitter pen. The narrative writes itself. Two college rivals, both rookies, both women of the moment, but only one is carrying the league on her back like a Sherpa scaling Everest. Spoiler alert, it ain't Angel.
This is what the drawing power of a real star looks like. This is the difference I'm always talking about when I explain the difference between a star and a mainstream draw.
All eyes are on Caitlyn, and she knows it. You can see it in how she walks onto the court, with that weird mix of confidence and complete nonchalance, like someone who could either drop 40 or casually ask for directions to the snack bar. The woman doesn't just have a fan base, she has a cult following. Entire arenas erupt when she touches the ball. Not when she scores, just when she touches it. And let's talk about those fans. These aren't your average sleepy preseason attendees. These are 17,000-person mobs waving signs, screaming their lungs out, and probably ready to form a human wall to protect Caitlyn from any defender with too much ambition. She has more fan pages than some US senators have voters. When was the last time people lined up around the block just to see a WNBA player warm up? Never. The answer is never. Even opposing players are feeling the pressure. They'll smile for the cameras, act all nonchalant in interviews. But once that whistle blows and Clark launches a pull-up three from midcourt, they all suddenly remember that this isn't just a game. It's an audition to prove you can share the court with Caitlyn Clark.
Play. Caitlyn Clark is a superhero. They not listening though. They don't be listening. They watching this in real time. We watching greatness in real time. Just like they be saying about Brian. Oh, you just appreciate Brian. We're watching it in real time. We're watching Caitlyn in real time. What the is so hard to appreciate? You ain't never seen nothing like this. It's Steph Curry and Steve Nash mixed.
And not get vaporized. And here's the thing. She's not just flashy. She's fundamentally brutal. Sharp passes, court vision that borders on psychic, and that utterly demoralizing habit of draining logo threes like she's playing on rookie mode in 2K. The rest of the WNBA can try to keep up, but right now it's like racing a Ferrari on a tricycle. The Fever know what they've got too. You think it's a coincidence that they're now booking larger venues and bumping up ticket prices? Caitlyn's not just the future of the team. She's the whole business plan. She's already being treated like a seasoned superstar, and rightfully so. When you sell out your first 2 preseason games and have scalpers treating your exhibition tickets like rare NFTs, you're not just another rookie. She's the moment. Meanwhile, Reese has to be feeling the heat. She's entering the league with all this energy, a decent resume, and a legion of social media defenders ready to throw hands if anyone criticizes her hustle. But hustle only gets you so far when your stat sheet looks like a rough draft. The Sky might be selling hope, but the Fever are selling results. And right now, Caitlyn Clark is the product flying off shelves like it's Black Friday at Best Buy.
When I watch Caitlyn play, they guard her everywhere. Guard her out of bounds when she's on the bench getting a rest. They guard her everywhere. I'm like, dang, is that Steph Curry with a ponytail? That's what I thought. The girl got my attention for the way she was playing the game, scoring 30, shooting threes like it was, I never seen nothing like that before. Now, they want to see Caitlyn play basketball, right? I feel like all the attention that she got, she earned from playing basketball, but shooting threes, scoring points, leading the NCAA and scoring. When I watch the games, when I see Chicago plays, I don't see no super crazy game playing defense for.
As Saturday approaches, one thing's for sure, the league will never be the same. Caitlyn Clark isn't just redefining the rookie experience. She's rewriting the rules of engagement for women's sports. And if the WNBA is smart, they'll hang on to her coattails for dear life and pray she never gets bored. Because if this is what preseason looks like, the regular season is about to be an absolute circus. And Caitlyn Clark, she's the ringmaster, the headliner, and the main act all rolled into one.